I do not represent this company in any way. This is a hand-me-down shirt. Just off the bat. Okay. We are all doing the best we can. All of us. What else will we be doing? But that doesn't mean that someone's best is what is healthy for you, or what you need, or what you should surround yourself with. Be careful not to use your empathy as a weapon against yourself. You know, we can understand why a person may be behaving badly, but in that understanding, we shouldn't excuse it. We should understand they're doing the best they can with where they're at, with their level of consciousness, with their level of healing and development, and their level of understanding. Okay? But maybe your level of understanding and their level of understanding, maybe those things don't go together. They don't jive. They're not harmonious. And if it's not harmonious, it will lead to dis-ease, to unwellness. And if you love yourself, you don't want to put yourself in a toxic environment which leads to unwellness, dis-ease, depression, anxiety. You don't want to do that to yourself if you love yourself, okay? So I'm thinking about this because I just took a break from working in the garden, feeling very blessed, very lucky, and just so happy to be alive. What a blessing, what a gift this life is, and this earth that I get to play with and in and participate with every day. You know, to be a part of it all is, wow, I did nothing to deserve this. And I'm grateful. And it took me 40 years to get to the point where I could have this frame of mind, have this perspective, have this level of awareness and understanding that God uses all things for the good. And I walked a long, winding, precipitous, thorny, dark road to get here where I am today. And that road, I made it longer and more thorny and more precipitous in many instances by refusing to believe people when they showed me who they were, toxic or unkind. And also being unkind to them by trying to fix them or change them. That's not nice. That's not loving. We all have our own path. We all have our own journey of awakening. And you can speak your truth, and you should. We all should speak our truth. When someone does something that's unkind or thoughtless or hurtful, we should call it to their attention. But for the sake of love, having enough love and respect for them to bring it to their awareness that, hey, you're acting in ways that are not kind and are not conducive to love, right? And then you get to walk away and let them do what they will with that information. That's what love is. Love is sharing. Love is honesty. Love is not forcing. Love is not seeing the potential in someone and doing everything you can to make that person reach their potential. That's not kind. I did that a lot, and I did it with my family, and it slowed me down. It took me longer to heal because I was dead set that we were going to heal together. Well, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. There were so many people in my family that were not interested in healing. And a lot of it was based on the fact that I played a specific role in the family dynamic, which was that of scapegoat. So they needed to keep up the illusion that I was the problem. And if they participated in the healing work, they would be admitting to the fact that we all play a role, that they have some responsibility. And a lot of people in my family got their sense of self and their identity relative to what I was. Like, I was the bad one, I was the wrong one, I was the crazy one, and then they could feel good about themselves in comparison to that. You know, and this goes on in a lot of families. And so, as the scapegoat, as the identified patient, well aware of the fact that I was broken and needed to heal and wanted more than anything to heal, and wanting a family, I clung to that idea of having a family, a healthy family. But no one else was interested. So all of that energy I could have just focused on myself and getting to know myself. I diffused it in a direction towards people who didn't care, who didn't want to learn, who didn't want to grow, who just wanted to point the finger at me and dump their shit on me. And by continuing to allow these people in my life, I took on the shit. So when I finally realized that what it boiled down to, my healing, that it was contingent upon fully embracing and loving myself, when I realized that, I realized it's not loving to abuse myself by proxy, by putting myself in the way of people whose best enough is not good enough. I love them, I can understand, I can empathize, but I have to love myself enough not to play that game, not to put myself in a toxic environment. And when I did that, when I walked away and I just focused on my own healing, it started happening much faster. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is walk away from a situation. The most loving thing for everybody. Love is patient, love is kind, and love is honest. And sometimes the kindest thing you can do for everybody is to stop participating, because it's not working. We all are always doing our best. So it's important to keep that in mind, so that we don't hold hatred in our hearts, that we don't hold resentment, that we don't walk around with a chip on our shoulder because of what so-and-so did to us. Well, they were doing their best because maybe they were broken too. So we have to forgive. We have to forgive ourselves, and then we have to forgive others. Because you can't forgive anyone until you can first forgive yourself. That's the truth. It all starts in here. You can't love anyone else. You can't forgive anyone else. You can't be honest with anybody else until you're able to do that with yourself. So love yourself. You were made in love, by love, for love, by a magnificent, beneficent, omnipresent, all-knowing, all-powerful creator. You are made in that creator's image. That is your potential. You have the potential to be all-loving, all-knowing, everywhere present. It's a matter of a level of awareness. And it's a matter of just letting go. To get there is not a matter of constructing or becoming. It's allowing a being that you already are. It's chipping away the traumas, the societal expectations, the misunderstandings, wiping that off, cleaning off the lens so that you can see clearly that it's all perfect and that it's all one. We are all one. When you truly love yourself, truly, you will fall in love with everyone and everything and be able to accept things for what they are. Okay? And interface and interact with it honestly. And sometimes to interact with something honestly is to walk away from it because you love yourself and you love that person.